Ever stop and think about what's really humming away behind the scenes, powering those massive data decisions? We're talking things like instant fraud detection, right? Saves companies a ton. Or even those AI recommendations you get online. Seems like magic sometimes, but what's the actual engine? Well, it often comes down to one thing: really solid data pipelines. And you hear one name pop up again and again in that world: Apache Spark. Today, we're going to dig into why Spark isn't just like another piece of tech. Our sources suggest it's maybe the key catalyst right now, whether you're running a business or, building your own career. So yeah, let's get into why Spark is such a big deal.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, data's everywhere now. People call it the new oil, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, without the refining, without smart, efficient data pipelines, it's mostly just noise. Crude oil sitting there. So for companies, the challenge is building pipelines that are fast, sure, scalable, definitely, but also reliable and, importantly, cost-effective. And for professionals, well, the opportunity is huge. It's about becoming the person who knows how to make all that happen. And that's exactly where Spark comes in. I mean, the research is pretty clear on this. It's not really optional anymore. It's basically the foundation for modern data stuff. Getting good at it can seriously change things for a business or for your career path.
Okay, so let's unpack that. What gives Spark this unique power? Our
Huh.
research keeps calling it the engine behind the most complex, high volume pipelines, not just another tool. What's the sort of magic there? How does it actually deliver?
Right, the core idea, what makes it compelling, is this distributed in-memory processing. Think of it like this, maybe. Instead of one person trying to read a massive library book by book, Spark is like having hundreds of librarians all working at once, reading different parts, and, crucially, remembering stuff instantly in their heads, not constantly running to the shelves. So this distributed in-memory thing makes it lightning fast compared to older systems. That's how companies chew through petabytes, thousands of terabytes in minutes or hours, not days or weeks. And it's not just speed for show. It enables stuff like real-time analytics, decisions made on the spot, things that just weren't feasible before.
Okay, so handling massive data super fast, lots of parallel work, makes sense for real-time stuff. But when you've got petabytes of really critical data flying around, speed's great, but you need reliability too, right? How does Spark actually make sure things don't just, fall over, especially when a glitch could be disastrous?
Oh, absolutely. Reliability is baked right into Spark's design. It has strong fault tolerance. What that means is, if something breaks mid-job like a server hiccups or the network drops for a second, Spark doesn't just collapse. It's smart enough to recover. It can actually recalculate the bits of data that were lost, maybe from storage or from other running parts, and it picks up right where it left off. So the data keeps flowing. No interruptions, no data loss.
Ah, okay, like a safety net.
Exactly. Think about a big online store processing transactions, a pipeline failure there. That's lost money, lost trust. Spark helps prevent that. Plus, it offers strong schema enforcement and built-in checks for data quality. It knows what your data should look like, and it checks it as it goes.
So it's not just fast, it's clean data too.
Precisely. Fast but wrong data. That's not helpful. Spark aims for trustworthy data.
Trustworthy data at speed. Okay, that sounds genuinely game-changing for a business. But let's talk dollars and cents. Big data operations, especially in the cloud, can get really expensive fast. How does Spark fit into controlling those costs? What's the practical side?
Yeah, good question. Raw power costs money. The key thing here is that skilled Spark engineers know how to optimize.
Mm.
They know the tricks, like how to fine-tune joins,
Hmm.
basically making data merging super efficient so you're not scanning huge amounts of stuff unnecessarily.
Okay.
They also know how to partition data efficiently,
Mm.
sort of organizing it smartly on disk so Spark only reads what it absolutely needs to.
Huh.
And things like selecting the right file formats. Some formats are just way better for big data, smaller, faster to read, like using a compressed index instead of loose pages.
Yeah.
These aren't just minor tweaks. They directly cut down on the computing resources you use, the data you move around. And that means, saving serious money on cloud bills. Small inefficiencies in big data add up really fast. So a good Spark engineer, they're saving you cash.
Right. And building on that, getting that kind of skilled engineer, oh, maybe not every company has that expertise right away. Our sources mention external help. How can expert consulting help companies get going with Spark and succeed long term?
Yeah, that's a really critical point for a lot of places. Expert consulting or bringing in experienced partners can seriously supercharge success.
Yeah.
So you've seen it all before, right? Across different industries. They can help design future-proof pipelines, ones that won't break when your data doubles next year. And importantly, They help implement data ops best practices.
Data ops, like DevOps, but for data.
Exactly.
Okay.
Applying that same agile, automated approach to data pipelines, continuous testing, monitoring, deployment, it makes everything faster, more reliable. And a good partner focuses on transferring knowledge to internal teams. It's not just about them doing the work. It's about building up your own team's skills for long-term self-sufficiency. That's the real goal.
Okay, so we've got a solid picture of Spark's tech power and how it helps organizations. Let's bring it home now. For the listener, whether you're, a leader making decisions or a data pro building stuff, what does all this actually mean for you?
Right. So if you're a business leader, the takeaway is pretty clear. Investing in Spark expertise is an investment in your data's reliability, your team's speed, and your bottom line. It means getting those trusted insights faster, making better decisions quicker. It means avoiding costly errors from bad or slow data. That impacts everything. And crucially, it's about building data infrastructure that can grow as your business grows. A solid foundation, not something you constantly have to patch up. It's strategic.
And what about for the data professionals listening, the engineers, the analysts, maybe people wanting to get into this field?
Yeah, for data pros, this is where it gets really exciting career-wise. The sources are blunt. Learning Spark and learning it well can open doors to some of the most in-demand and well-compensated roles. We're talking roles like senior data engineer, platform architect, MLOps lead. These are central, high-impact jobs.
Key role. Oh.
Absolutely. And if you go beyond just the basics, master stuff like performance tuning, really squeezing efficiency out of complex jobs, or get deep into real-time streaming, or understand data ops automation, those advanced skills, they will absolutely set you apart in a crowded market. They make you the expert everyone's looking for to solve the tough problems.
So it's really clear, Spark isn't just nice to have tech anymore. It feels, well, foundational, like the backbone for being data-driven today.
Precisely, yeah. Whether you're leading a business trying to navigate this data-heavy world, or you're leading your own career in tech, Apache Spark is pretty much the key right now for building pipelines that don't just work, but work at scale, fast, reliably, and efficiently, delivering real value.
And if you're thinking, okay, where do I go next? Our sources did point to some resources. For companies, they mentioned firms like Curate Partners as an example of getting that expert help to design and build things. And for data professionals, the idea is that such partners can also help connect you with roles where those Spark skills you're building can really shine. Just a starting point to explore, maybe.
Yeah, definitely worth looking into. And maybe just one final thought to leave folks with as we wrap up. This whole data landscape, it's changing constantly. Think generative AI, the demand for real-time everything. It doesn't stand still. So mastering a core tech like Spark, it's great now, but it's also about building that habit of continuous learning, staying sharp. Really, the question becomes, how will you make sure your skills stay as relevant and future-proof as the pipelines we've been talking about? Something to think about.